History and science collide in Christopher Forrest's debut thriller, The Genesis Code. Tell us what the Genesis Code is about.
The Genesis Code is about a scientist who discovers first that there's a hidden message inside human DNA. His name is Dr. Joshua Ambergris. He's a Nobel Prize-winning geneticist, and he's also the co-founder of an international biotechnology conglomerate called Triad Genomics. And he's doing research into junk DNA, which is long strands of genetic code inside the human genome that don't really seem to have any purpose. But what he discovers is that they actually hide a hidden encrypted message. And before he can announce his discovery to the world, he's murdered by a shadowy group called the Order, who are intent on silencing the discovery and suppressing his research. Before Dr. Ambergris is killed, though, he leaves behind a series of clues and puzzles intended for his protege, Dr. Christian Madison, so that Christian can find the clues, follow the trail that Ambergris has left for him, and ultimately rediscover the secret of the Genesis Code.
What inspired the story?
I read an article about a group of researchers at the Mount Sinai School of Medicine, and what they did is they figured out a way to insert a coded message in human DNA, transmit that message so that someone else could find it, decipher it, and read it. And my first thought was, well, that's a really fascinating concept. And my second thought was, what if there's already a message hidden in there? And I knew right then that I wanted to write a novel about that idea.
Tell us about the hero of your tale, Christian Madison, and his sidekick of sorts, Grace Nguyen.
Dr. Christian Madison is a geneticist at Triad Genomics. He's a rising star at the company. He finds a series of clues that Dr. Ambergris left behind for him, and he enlists the help of Grace Nguyen, who's a research assistant at the company. And together, they follow the trail of clues that were left behind, which ultimately lead them to rediscover the secret of the Genesis Code. They have a real love-hate relationship, but there's also an undercurrent of romantic attraction, and that interplay plays out over the course of the novel.
Tell us about the sinister characters that are trying to keep the truth about the code buried.
The villains in the novel are a group of international power brokers that call themselves the Order, and they've been around for thousands of years. And they've kept the secret that's contained in the Genesis Code and also in the ancient mythologies of many of Earth's oldest cultures. They're not the kind of folks that you want to mess with. And when Christian Madison and Grace Nguyen began to follow the trail of clues that Dr. Ambergris left behind, ultimately leading to the Genesis Code, the Order pursues them and tries to thwart them at every turn.
The murdered scientist, Dr. Ambergris, leaves behind journals that detail his research into ancient texts. Do any of these mentioned actually exist?
They all actually exist. All of the ancient books that I reference, as well as all the scientific concepts that are referenced, they all actually exist.
There seems to be heightened public interest in the possibility of coded messages from the ancients hidden in plain sight for us to find.
Books about hidden treasures and lost relics have always been very popular. But when Dan Brown published the Da Vinci Code, he launched a new type of thriller where the main characters are on a journey searching for hidden knowledge as opposed to a hidden relic. They solve puzzles and decipher clues that may ultimately lead them to the discovery of a hidden treasure. But the stories are more about the journey that they take, the journey of discovery, than the actual finding of a treasure. And a lot of the books out now by popular authors kind of follow that plot line. A good writer can really take the reader along for that journey of discovery, and that's what I've tried to do with the Genesis Code.